How's everybody doing? Can't remember the last time I made a video. I'd have to go back and look. Irrelevant. It doesn't matter. I'm here just now, and I don't really have a lot that I want to talk about, but there's a few things that I feel like I should mention. And I think the first one is we're gonna start with a little and a little, and then we can set it straight from there. All right, I made it back. I forgot cigarettes out in the truck. So I've come to realize that opportunities don't come often. And when you have a chance to take an opportunity and run with it, I think you should. But there's another side of this that needs to be talked about as well, because there's not every door that's available and open for you is the right thing to do. And there's a fine line of trying to figure out which one's right, which one's wrong, and a lot of people make poor choices and bad decisions, including me. I mean, but I don't see many financial choices and decisions that are bad. I guess I'm a risk taker. I take chances that most people wouldn't do, and I'm finding this out because I'm actually offering opportunities to other people, to take these chances and to do these things, and they're not so eager to do them like I am. I think, fuck it, like, why not try it? Why not give it a whirl? Because the only bad opportunity is the one you don't take, as far as I'm concerned. I really, really, truly believe that. I think people make excuses and reasons, and they put into format why they don't want to take these chances. And what it really boils down to, in my opinion, is they're not a risk taker. They're not willing to just do it. Let's just fuck it. Let's try something. Try something different. If I wasn't a risk taker, if I wasn't the person that I am with the personality that I am, I wouldn't be where I am. It was a huge risk for me to leave Maine. I mean, if you stop and think about, like, I packed everything up, I sold all my shit, and when I say sold everything, I mean everything. All of my prized possessions that I thought were prizes at that point in time, and you know what? And down the road, I was told once by somebody that said, someday the things you own will own you. And that makes fucking sense now. I sold it all, came down, and I took a chance. As a roll of the dice, as a crapshoot. I'm not a gambling man, but I have done Biloxi a couple times. I did pretty well, actually, because shit, you go in there with $500 and you walk out with $2,500. Pretty good deal to me. But anywho's, I think I've always been a risk taker. It's in my blood. It's in my nature. I think that more people should be willing to take risks. Get out of their comfort zone. Like, try something new. You never know that you might find exactly what you've been looking for without looking for it. But you won't know that until you ultimately break that shell and just go for it. I got a friend of mine. I offered. He's a really good friend of mine. He's actually one of the only people I would trust financially, and I asked him to partner up and be partners with me in business. And he's going through some stuff right now, and his health is not good, and I'm not going to get into it any more than that. But he's an older guy, and I sent him a text, and I said, think about retirement, because it's coming, And he gave me some excuses, and ultimately I know what he was doing is that he was trying to ease his way out of it, because it's out of his comfort zone. It's not comfortable to take chances. It's that gamble. I'm gonna roll it all, throw it all on the table, and see what happens. Not every man is cut out to be, in that position and take advantage of it. Most people aren't. They like the comfort, the security of where they are, even though they're not doing well where they are. That comfort, because they're afraid. Everybody is afraid of changes, even if it's a good change or a bad change. Changes frighten people, and I'm talking for myself as well. People are afraid of the unknown, and that's the problem. Like, you just got to do it. Just get out there and just try it, because who knows? It might turn out to be the best damn thing you ever did in life, and if it didn't turn out to be that awesome, and not everything that you were wanting it to be, you can always just go back to your old life. Just go back to what you were doing. What do you got to lose? Like, really? There's nothing wrong with taking chances, especially when you get up into my age and older. Like, when you're middle aged, all you have is chances, because when you're younger, everything's pretty well set forth. Let me try that again. Put forth ahead of you. You go to high school, driver's ed, college, and you get a job. You finally move out of your parents' house. You know what I mean? It's all a routine thing. But when you get about 40 and over, taking chances is like, man, it's scary. You don't want to fucking do it, because you're afraid you're going to make a mistake. And if you make a mistake, you're going to have to start back all over where you were. But truth be told is, that's really not that bad either. I mean, when I came down here, my chance was, the worst case scenario, I would have to cut tail, run back home to Maine. Fucking vodka, man. Pineapple juice, I love this stuff. It's almost gone now. Alright, for an example, and I usually don't do this, but I'm going to do it anyway, because I just don't give a shit at this point in my life, because other people don't either. My oldest son, he came down. I talked him into taking a chance. Come try it. He wasn't doing much up there, and he came down here, and he ultimately left me hanging high and dry, Mr. Dante. Cut tail and took back off to Maine, right? And just left everything. Right? He just dropped it all and took off, like, fuck you. See you later, bye. So, I give him a lot of credit for taking that chance. That was a hard thing to do, and not everybody can do it. Not everybody is willing to do it. So he did do, a good thing by taking a chance. But the way he left, he exited, that it could have been handled differently. But, he didn't take a chance when he went home, because the chance was locked in. Mommy's got right there to take care of him. 25 years old, and he's still fucking living home with mother. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things where They'll be sitting in the fucking basement if she had one playing video games. Delivering fucking pizzas with a car that he borrows because he doesn't even have that. It is what it is. That's what some people do in today's society. And I refuse to even acknowledge that because that's not okay. And it's never going to be okay. And it never was okay before. But what are you going to do? You know, if they want to sit home and suck on mommy's tit and, you know, live a mediocre life, so be it. I like to support, acknowledge, and encourage people that are willing to actually get out there and do something with their life. My other two children are phenomenal. I mean, absolutely, they are go-getters. They are, I mean, top of the dean's list to me. You know, they're doing everything right, and they're go-getters. And I don't know if it was because of the influence that I gave them or pushing them into, or the fact maybe they saw their sorry-ass brother doing nothing and made them not want to do that. I'm not sure, but it doesn't really matter. You know, it is what it is. They know both. They know both routes. They know what's available and what's acceptable and whatever. I'm gonna stop talking about that because it really upsets me. Anyway, wish you the best of luck, Dante. I know you won't watch this, but I don't give a shit. But the thing is, I offered my buddy Al, who's a really good friend of mine, and I said, I got a business opportunity. I have a contract that I'm gonna have a meeting for tomorrow to sign, or at least talk about before I sign, and I wanted to involve him and make him a partner, which would have been my son if he'd stuck around. But you know, fuck him, fuck me, you know, all that shit. So now I'm bringing in somebody else. The contract's for $250,000 a year, and this is going to be handed to my buddy because I got plenty of other shit to do. And he's got some health issues, so he's gotta do the doctor thing and stuff. And he told me when, you know, he gave me a date when he's gonna be ready, and I said, listen, I'll buy the time. I'll make this work. I trust him. He's an honest, loyal guy. Yeah, he's when you look up amazing person / friend, his name should be right after it. Because Al is one of the most trustworthy, amazing people I've ever met in my life. And I met him through somebody that was an absolute angel to me. Jesse. He died in a motorcycle accident. Good friend of mine. Love him dearly. I'm getting a tattoo right here. Watch me. I saved this spot. I'm putting Jesse's name right there. That's how much he meant to me. But I met Al through Jesse, and Al was trying to come up with some excuses and stuff, and you know, he's got more excuses at the moment than I do tools in my toolbox. And I told him, stop. You didn't even hear my pitch. Let me tell you, you know, what there is to offer. You know, come get this. I talked to him on the phone just before I started this video, and he said, I'm in. You work out logistics. Tell me what I got to do, and he's in. There's not many people at all that you can just call up and say, hey, I want you to run this for me. I want you to do this. I want you to be in charge of this. And I want you to do it for me. And they go, I'm in. That's rolling the dice. That is what I'm talking about, taking a chance and just seeing what happens. Worst fucking case scenario, you just go back to doing what he was doing, which is, I guarantee you, is not even close to what he can be doing for me. You know, with work, I got plenty of work, plenty of money coming, and he needs to just take that chance. And that's what I'm talking about. You just got to be willing to say, fuck it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it. Let's see what happens. And he did. So, and he's going to be the one that ultimately comes out at, about mathematically $98,380 a year. And this is what I figured out on my fucking calculator. $100,000 a year. Just for taking a chance. This is what's going to make me think straight. I've had a few things. I say this every time. It's like I never have anything not to talk about. I've had a few things happen and I'm pretty sure this is going to be seen by everybody that I'm talking about. But I don't really care. It is what it is. Because if you didn't do me one way or another, then I wouldn't be talking about you. I met this girl. Complete accident. I really like her. Being single this long, I just kind of fell for her. And she's like fucking complete opposite of me, to be honest with you. She's very quiet and reserved and laid back. Works inside. It's pretty much everything that I'm not. But I redid her bathroom for her, and I finally, I got her phone number, and we started talking. I told her about I had a YouTube channel, and I was gonna. I didn't really. I don't feel comfortable showing people the real me until I'm ready for them to see the real me. And it's not just a real me, it's the other side of me that is not proper at work. I have to be at a certain level when I present myself and such not stuff. And this is me when I'm home. I'm sitting at the table, smoking a joint, drinking a beer, ranting and raving about the things that really irritate me, and congratulating people for the things that they've done great in life. So, she, I didn't share the link to my channel. I didn't want to. I wasn't ready for it. I showed her one video. I kind of sorted through and picked one that, this is a girl that doesn't swear. She's very proper. So you hear me drinking and ranting and raving, on videos and swearing up storm. I just did it right there. But I was afraid that I just didn't want her to see that part of me yet. I wasn't ready for it. So I picked a video and I showed it to her, and she was holding my phone, and well, she was not only watching the video, but somehow she's smarter than me. Of course, she works at a doctor's office, so how much smarter can you fucking get than me than that? I just build shit. I'm just a stupid carpenter. But she wound up finding the link and sending it to her phone without my permission. And I wasn't very happy about it. It's kind of like a broken trust thing right there. If I wanted you to have the link, I would have sent you the fucking link. I just wanted you to watch this video to tell me what you thought. So, after that, I kind of just I got thinking about, because I have trust issues. Okay, I mean, abandonment, trust issues. I didn't want. I want to be able to know I can trust somebody. If I can trust you, then you have everything from me. And I give you everything. Debit card, checkbook, fucking wallet, keys in my truck. I will just hand it all over. Whatever you want, you can have if you need, because I trust you. But when you break the trust, and I don't know if I'm speaking for everybody, but as far as I'm concerned, when you break that trust before you've even earned it, it makes it really hard to accept the fact that you might not be trustful. If you're not trustworthy, then what are you? Sneaky, conniving, liar, thief, right? Because those are all the things that do not go with being a trustworthy person. There's probably more, but I can't think of them right now. Conniving, manipulating. Anyway, so I just texted her tonight, actually. It's been fucking fucking ragweed. It's been a couple days since I talked to her, and I didn't really get into this and why I didn't talk to her in a couple days. I actually just wanted to get my head right and think about other things, other than how upset I was about someone breaking the trust because before they even earned it. And then I'm thinking, man, is this shit even worth it? Is being lonely that bad? Because it almost seems like it's almost worth it sometimes. So I decided to pick up an extracurricular activity. Did I say that right? I said that fast. An extracurricular activity. Fucking Yankee came out of me. I know, I'm laughing at myself right now. Fucking A. Disc golf. Right. I tried it today. Don't fucking knock it, because it's pretty fun. It's almost like a golf club. They have a beer tent. You can go buy beer before you fucking start throwing your fucking frisbees. So that does make it a little better. Smoke 2 joints and drink 6 beers and then go throw a frisbee around a fucking pole with a chain and a basket on it. It's like basketball with a frisbee. Or soccer or golf. It can't be golf if there's no hole in the ground. I don't care, What other sport is there that has a hole in the ground that you gotta hit? There isn't one. Nope. Not at all. So anyway, don't knock it. You gotta try it. It's a lot of fun. I guess I'm starting to do old man stuff now because going to the bar and getting all fucked up and taking my chances driving home just doesn't seem worth it anymore. I think I grew out of that or something. I don't know. I like playing pool, but when I play pool, I like to drink. And when I drink, the more I drink, the better I play. Until I drank too much and then I play like shit. And that's a whole nother story. I've lost $100 bills on a pool table because I thought I was better than I was. Which I actually was about 20 fucking minutes ago. I was great. And then 2 more beers or whatever. Nope. I slid it right downhill. $100 bill. I'm a poet. So anywho's, I think I'm going to start playing golf. Yeah, that is with the hole in the ground, because that's what old people do, right? They ride around a fucking buggy and they chase a little ball around, and I don't know, man. What do old people do, right? I know I'm too old to do certain things. I know I'm past a certain age to enjoy doing certain things. I do know that I am not too old to go to a concert, fucking stand on the roof of my truck, do a backflip off it, and land in a mud puddle. I am too old for that now. Well, as a matter of fact, when I saw Lax in concert, I was too old for it then, too. But, man, I had a good time. All right, I guess I just went on and ran and rave, and I was actually considering, see, I have this fucking problem where I stay for one place too long. Ever since I've been traveling, I feel like every 3 to 5 months I need to go somewhere else. And I'm not running from anything. I just have that itch, that urge. And I never used to really have that when I had a house and shit up, I never wanted to go anywhere. I just want to ride around and drink beer on dirt roads. That's the only thing I ever wanted to do. Go to the bar, play some pool. Because I was still young enough until those 2 beers afterwards. Yeah, that was my life. I enjoyed the hell of it. And the problem is, I think I enjoyed it too much. Because I took all of the fun and exciting things that I thought were amazing, and I used them so much, they actually wound up using me and taking away from me instead of, I don't even know if that made any fucking sense. But either way, I did it so long that it started reversing itself. Yeah. But when I moved and I started traveling, living in a camper, you know what though? Maybe that's why, because, oh boy, hold on. Got excited. It's because you can hook onto your truck and just drag your house wherever you want to go. Maybe that's why I don't have any reason whatsoever to leave here. I have the nicest spot. 72 spots in this campground. Okay, I'm at number 63. I'm right at the end of a cul-de-sac, and right at the dead end. I have all the campers are like this, like like dominoes. I have a 3 camper spot. I got a fucking big old. I pull my truck in twice sideways and have a bonfire, and so I like it here. But the only reason I got this spot is because I'm the fucking carpenter. And see, I hate it when that happens because. And now, like, they almost own you. You know what I mean? Like, oh, yeah, no, you can't have that spot. My guy that works for me is going to take it. And then I move into it. Because I really wanted the spot for about 4 months, he said, no. And then once I started working for him, building him pretty much any fucking thing he wants, he let me move in here. And I haven't paid rent in I don't know how long. So I kind of got a golden egg. But I still want to go somewhere, and I know it's fucked up. I even tried to think of a place to go. I'm like, well, fuck it. I was gonna go Mississippi, try a different state. And they got beautiful beaches, but where beaches come problems. I've already learned that from Foley, Alabama, and Pensacola, Florida. Fuck the beach. Go out in the woods. Find some sticks and trees and yeah. 4-wheeler, shit like that, because the beach is no fucking special life, I can tell you. I lived on a beach for a year and a half. I went twice. 2 fucking times. Well, one time, I got so damn sunburnt, I couldn't even feel my body for a week. It was like one crisp apple. I couldn't even move. And then I was like, well, I fixed that problem. You might wonder how, and I still do too. I don't know. I just went right back with a sunburn and did it again. And I haven't had a sunburn since I've been down here since then. But the beach is cool. It's great. The water's awesome. The sun's always up. It's a beautiful place to live down here. But let me tell you a secret. You can't get all the sand out of every spot that you have. You're going to find out you had places that you didn't even know you had that you're digging sand out of. Sand doesn't go away. You bring that shit home with you. It's like fucking herpes. Close. You can get rid of sand eventually. So I decided just to say fuck it. Oh, and that's the other reason why I was deciding to move out of here, because they just sold this park. $1.6 million for a fucking RV park that doesn't have a pool. Only 2 out of the 4 washing machines work. The badminton's fucking ripped down, and the garbage can's always full. The dumpster. $1.6 million. I'm thinking, what in the fuck am I doing building decks and stairs and shit? Jesus, I go buy a piece of land, fucking drop $30,000 into it with some septic tanks and some power lines, and build a fucking driveway from one point to the other, and you're gonna make fucking $500,000 in 5 years. 30 grand, 500 grand. Find some dumb schmuck to run it, and what was I thinking? Why didn't somebody tell me about that shit? Up north, it's not even a thing. Nobody thinks about RV parks. Christ, you go to Yogi Bear Campground in Maine, and Skowhegan, Maine, Madison Skowhegan line, right? That fucking place is never even full. It's a campground. It's a Yogi Bear, fucking swimming pool, fancy, fucking air hockey and pool tables and a game room and all this stuff, right? And there's never full capacity. People up north don't want to fucking stay in a campground because they want to be out in the mountains and see the trees and all the shit. They want to pull over and there's no demand for it. But down here, well, fuck, I live in a camper year round. Hey, you're gonna live in a camper, and it's like the cheapest way to live in the United States at all. Right here, right now, just like I am. I didn't even know that. Even after I bought this camper, I was actually living in a motel in Pensacola. I was in Florida, and I was paying. It was about, what the fuck was it? It was $600 a week for the room, and I was working in Alabama, right on Gulf Shores, right on the ocean. I was actually working on Ono Island, where all the fancy rich people. Yeah, I built Jimmy Buffett's dog again out there because of the hurricane. But anyway, all the money was there, and I was staying down there, paying big money to stay there, and that's where I met the lady. I'm not gonna say her name, but if she's watching, she actually knows what I'm talking about. and then I decided to come up here, and one day at work at lunch break, I was on the phone, and I was like, man, I was trying to find a camper to rent because the guy I was working with, he's like, yeah, just rent the camper up here. And I fucking talked to this person and someone. What happened was the camper I live in, they fucking abandoned it because the axles broke right off the fucking thing. It was actually sitting on the ground, and the guy that managed the park, he let me buy it. So overdue process of time, I jacked it up and fixed the damn thing, and I'm 100 miles away from where I bought it, so it'll be alright. I moved the fucking thing 4 times now. Anyway, take chances. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to take a chance, even if it's a little chance. If you have to start out with a little, before you just jump off the deep end, because sometimes that's not healthy, and we all know that, especially if you're bipolar. Deep end's not always the best end. You should wade in first. But little chances, just have it in the back of your mind. If I don't do this, I'm never gonna know. I'm never gonna know what's gonna happen. And it could be a great thing. It could be a horrible thing, but be willing to take a chance. How bad is a horrible thing compared to a fucking great thing? If you really put them together, even your horrible thing isn't that bad. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, that's it for me. I didn't really have anything to spiel and rant and rave about, but voting's coming up in Alabama. Everybody get out there and vote. That's a big deal. Yeah, this fucking transgender bullshit's got to be stopped. Alabama has a transgender school that we are all paying for. Anyway, politics. They all suck, but some of them you should pay attention to, follow, and get out there and vote just in time.